Okay, good evening, everybody. My name is Ke Xiang. Okay, I've been with Avita since the launch of Avita. So one of the pioneering member of Avita. So I've been with Avita for 16 years already. So all the products really benefited me and also my family. One of the product that I'll be sharing today is Vita18. It's enzyme products. Okay. Like I mentioned just now, we'll be doing a series of the products of Avita, okay, including NGF, oils, libiotic, collagen, and also saliva. Okay, so stay tuned to all the Wednesday. It's not consecutive, it's not every Wednesday, but do check with the person, your friend who invited you here on which are the dates, okay, on all the product talk. Okay, I'll go straight into Vita18. When you want to know more about Vita18, the first thing you need to know is enzymes, okay? Because Vita18 is an enzyme product. So what are enzymes? Enzymes are actually proteins, okay? And what does this protein do to our body? It actually catalyzes, meaning it helps to speed up the chemical reaction in all the living animals, okay? Plants, etc. Have you seen a banana turn black? Have you all seen a banana turn black? I believe everybody have, right? Okay, why would it turn black? It's actually caused by a type of enzyme called polyphenol oxidase, or PPO. Okay, it's an enzyme that causes the fruit to ripen, and studies also show that this enzyme helps to break down starch. Okay, so enzymes exist in everything, in all living things, including animals, plants, microorganisms, etc. So what does enzyme do for, other than, blacken the banana, what does it do to our human body? So for example, when we eat a piece of steak, okay, you know that we don't just use the whole piece of steak, right? Our body we cannot absorb this whole piece of steak. So other than our teeth chewing the steak, our stomach, intestines, etc., enzymes are there throughout the whole process to help convert this big piece of steak into its constituent amino acids. So those constituent amino acids are able to be absorbed and then carried to each cell of our body. So our cells can use them to make more tissues, to repair, to create, our finger, our hair, our skins, etc., etc. So enzymes are responsible for breaking down our foods, okay, allow us to absorb all the nutrients in the food that we take, including vitamins, minerals, lipids, carbohydrates, essential fatty acids, amino acids, etc., etc. Okay, but enzymes are not just about digestive. If you think that a lot of people thought enzymes are mainly about digestion, then you are wrong. Okay, why? Because enzymes exist in all the chemical reactions. For example, when we need to repair a torn muscle, okay, we need an enzyme that works in the repair of muscles. Okay, when a heart attack, we need enzymes that helps to repair the tissues. So enzymes are more than just digestion, and all life phenomenon, including breathing, writing, even if you are now watching this talk, okay, you are thinking, even when you are sleeping, you're exercising, you are fighting against the free radicals in your body, producing energy, etc. All this involves enzyme. And there are thousands of enzymes in our body, okay, a lot. Okay, so for example, each type of enzyme has only one job, so it's very specific. For example, the enzyme sucrase, it breaks down a sugar called sucrose. Lactase breaks down lactose. Okay, our human body needs many different types of enzyme because of all of its complex metabolic activities and processes. So why is understanding this important? We have thousands of enzymes in our body because it's directly related to how we select a good enzymes product. So later we'll talk more about this. Okay, so what would happen to our body if we don't have enough enzymes? Okay, our body breaks down, to put it very, very simply, okay, because enzyme is so essential. Most obvious, we cannot digest food. Like I mentioned, we eat a big piece of steak. We need to break it down to the constituent amino acids so our body can use, right? When you don't have enough enzymes, you can't digest food. Okay, remember when we are young, okay, we can eat a whole cow, right? And easily we can digest it. But now it takes a much longer time, even we are eating so little, okay? So we can't effectively repair our tissues. We don't have enough energy. Every function of our body is affected, including, fighting off against inflammation, immune system, etc. Okay, we can't see enzyme, but enzymes are fundamental to our health. Okay, so people with low enzymes level in their body, they tend to age faster. Okay, they tend to, grow bigger, even if they eat very little. So you often hear people say, hey, why I eat so little, but I still, gain a lot of weight, because your enzyme level in your body is low. Okay, when your enzyme level in your body is high, you feel very energetic. Okay, you can easily, eat and digest and also absorb. That's the key word, absorb the nutrients into your body and repair your body. So you always feel energetic, you feel young, you feel youthful, you feel healthy. Okay, so now we understand how important is enzyme to our bodies. So where do we get all this enzyme? Okay, our body actually produce enzymes. Okay, cell production, our body is so amazing. For example, we make digestive enzymes from our pancreas. Okay, so different parts of the body actually produce different kinds of enzyme. Remember, we have thousands of enzymes in our bodies. Okay, but of course, we also obtain enzyme from our food, all natural foods. Okay, a lot of people thought only vegetables, fruits have enzyme. No, even meat has enzyme. Okay, meat or vegetable contain enzyme that are able to decompose the food. Okay, like I mentioned at the opening, the banana contains PBO. It actually breaks down starch. Okay, however, the activeness of enzyme will be destroyed after cooking with heat. Okay, so you can eat meat, but normally we don't eat raw meat, right? So you don't actually absorb the enzyme in the meat because it's cooked. So as long as it's cooked, okay, the enzymes are destroyed. 40 degrees and above, the enzymes are destroyed. Okay, so when we eat food, cooked food, will we absorb enzymes? No, we don't. Okay, actually, it further burden our body to produce more enzymes in order to digest and breaks down the food. Okay, so from daily food intake, we can only absorb the enzymes when it's raw. Okay, of course, we can also, take enzyme supplements. Okay, so although our body is able to produce enzymes, okay, on its own, okay, do we still want to supplement enzyme in our body? The answer is actually yes. Okay, it's not because we have Vita18, so we suggest everybody take enzyme, but the ability of our body to produce enzyme actually starts to deteriorate, even as early as late 20s and early 30s. Our enzyme building capacity starts to go down. Okay, so like I mentioned just now, right, when we are at our teens, remember, you can eat a lot, right? Okay, and also you don't feel burdened. Why? Because the enzyme level is high. You can just digest anything, as even a whole buffet, you can digest it within hours. But nowadays, okay, recently I had a meal. Actually, this afternoon we had not really a heavy meal, it's just a lunch. Okay, normal lunch, rice, a bit of vegetables and meat, and I feel bloated until late afternoon. Okay, so that's how enzymes actually are affecting our bodies. Okay, so when you age, the ability to produce enzyme actually deteriorate. Okay, so it takes us longer, okay, to digest. Of course, the worst is when we compound it with our lifestyles. Okay, for example, our bad eating habits, all the processed food, gluten, sugar, all these are very damaging. But sugar is so common, right? Gluten, a lot of people are selecting gluten-free diet, but a lot of time we can't escape, especially when we are eating out. A lot of people don't have time to prepare food at home. So all these bad eating habits are actually compounding the effect of the lack of enzyme in our body. I mean, of course, stress. Okay, stress is something that is a killer. Okay, and another is the pH level in our body. Okay, because enzyme cannot survive in a very acidic environment. So when our pH level is more acidic, the enzyme producing abilities, the enzyme in our body actually become much lesser and lesser. And of course, gene mutation due to environmental pollution, the UV rays, the radiation, and we are so exposed to radiation because of Wi-Fi nowadays. So that's why nowadays we see more chronic health illnesses happening at a younger and younger age. Have you noticed a lot of allergic reactions? Like a lot of young children nowadays, more and more young children, even as young as an infant, they are having a lot of allergic reactions. Okay, it's mainly because our body lack of certain types of enzyme to actually counter or to actually digest or break down that kind of, for example, like gluten or sugar, okay, etc. Okay, so the level of enzymes in nowadays, and also the young people, they are eating less and less raw fruits. Remember last time we eat a lot of fruits, right? Vegetables, but nowadays we are so, you might say lucky, but we can have abundance of food. So people are having meat, eating a lot of meat, a lot of rice, etc. Okay, so we are actually, the level of enzymes people can intake or produce, okay, are actually much lesser. Okay, so who needs enzyme supplements the most? Okay, this group of people. Okay, the people that are busy, working class, okay, people with poor digestion, people who are suffering from chronic illnesses, because enzyme help to boost your immune, help to boost your energy. And of course, people who are always, having, nightlife, the night owl, okay, always feeling tired, lack of energy, and having irregular meals, people who drink or smoke heavily, with stomach problems, with minimum or no green diet, and of course, highly pressured and overworked. I mean, in short, to say almost everybody needs enzyme. Okay, so anybody can just supplement yourself with enzyme products, but more so for this group of people. Okay, so now we understand the importance of enzyme to our body. Now we want to introduce to you about Avita Vita18. Okay, what's so special about the Vita18? Okay, first of all, is the natural ingredients. It's 48 types of carefully selected fruits and vegetables. Okay, these are the whole list of the fruits and vegetables that's used in the fermentation of Vita18. 48. Remember, I mentioned at the beginning that our body have thousands of types of enzymes. Okay, so a wide variety of fruits and vegetables are very, very important. In the market, there are more enzyme products that are single formula. For example, like papaya. Papaya is, very rich with enzymes. Pineapple, okay, cabbage, tomato, etc. But when there is a wide selection, it's actually able to have more kinds of enzyme, because it's very difficult to select, okay, because of our technology and our understanding of enzyme is still, we still have much to learn. But when there are more fruits and vegetables, when there are more types, there are more types of enzyme in the product. Okay, and our body needs so many, okay. So first thing is, the more variety, the better. So Vita18 has 48 types of fruits and vegetables. You can go and read through the list. Okay, it has a lot of enzyme rich fruits and vegetable inside, and it's carefully selected. It's just not random. We don't just anyhow, anyhow select. It's actually carefully selected by a group of scientists behind the product, the R&D of Vita18. So they are the best combination, and they give us the wide variety of enzymes that our body needs. Okay, the next one is actually inside also have probiotics. Okay, and also pine bark extract. What does pine bark extract do? It protects our skin from UV. Okay, and also there is this medicinal mushroom, Philinus lintus. It actually promotes, it's a very strong anti-cancer agent. So it promotes our anti-inflammation and also promote good cells. Of course, there's collagen inside, helps to enhance our skin, and also grapeseed extract. Okay, it's a high antioxidant. We know that antioxidant is very, very important for anti-aging. Okay, so that's the perfect formula of the Vita18. And other than that, okay, what's so special about Vita18, other than the carefully selected ingredient, is also the manufacturing process. Okay, it's a process called the MSF, microorganism symbiosis fermentation technology. Okay, I let you look at the whole process. It's not just anyhow fermented. Okay, first of all, we find good ingredients, and also we use the osmotic pressure. Okay, and then there's an intermediate stage of intensive fermentation. Okay, and the bacteria, the preservative for the fermentation, etc. And of course, there's QC as well. Okay, and then it goes to the packaging of the Vita18. So it's a very, very careful manufacturing process with the QC and also quality control. Okay, so you can be very, very safe when you take Vita18. Okay, why do I want to emphasize this? Because I remember when I was young, okay, my mother used to make our own enzyme. I'm a Malaysian, so we tried all kinds of healthy products. And enzyme is one of it. There's a period enzyme is so popular that every family actually do their own enzyme. It's not difficult to do your own enzyme. You can just, cut papaya and then, put some sugar inside and then wait for the fermentation. It just takes weeks. Okay, 1 week, few days even, you can enjoy the enzyme. But I remember one thing that surprised me the most is when we make the first time, it tastes nice. But second time, the taste is a bit different. Then I start to wonder, is it spoiled, or is actually okay? Or, how do I know? That's why you can always make enzyme at home, but I would really recommend that you select an enzyme product that are carefully have a very good manufacturing process, because I'm also a person that have tried my own enzyme. You can always make enzyme at home. You can take as many enzyme product as you want. Okay, you won't overdose enzyme. Okay, later you can ask me why we don't overdose enzyme. Okay, but we don't overdose enzyme, so you can take as many as you want. Our body will just get rid of it or just recycle the excess enzyme in our body. Okay, so do not worry like hormone. Oh, I'll overdose hormone. Okay, enzyme, we do not overdose enzyme. Okay, so have a very good process. It's very, very important to ensure the safety of the product, because during fermentation actually bacteria will grow. So if the process is not careful, instead of good bacteria, there might be bad bacteria. So these are some of the things that you need to take note. So Vita18 has quality control. Okay, another thing is the fermentation period is 540 days. Okay, so it's a very long process. And why do we need 540 days? Because the longer the fermentation period, the smaller the molecule. So we go to the next point. So you can absorb the nutrients maximum. Okay, you do not need to burden your body. Remember, we said when we intake processed cooked food, okay, our body need to produce enzyme to actually breaks down the food, and then for our body to absorb it. It actually needs a lot of energy to both break down the food and produce the enzyme that the body need to break down the food. But with 540 days fermentation, the molecule becomes so small that it doesn't burden our body at all to absorb Vita18. So Vita18, anybody, any age, and also any body constitution can take Vita18. Okay, later I'll share a testimony who is a cancer patient. She actually take Vita18 and her body can absorb without any burden. So Vita18 is for anybody. Okay, so how do you consume Vita18? You can take it one sachet a day. You can take it any time of the day, but we really recommend you to chill it. We have a lot of friends who love to store Vita18 in their fridge, especially in a very warm environment like Singapore and Malaysia. So it tastes best after you chill it in the fridge. And a best result is you take it empty stomach. But for people who are with gastric, we would suggest you can take it after meal. You can try it before meal. It's because the absorption is best empty stomach. But if you have gastric, you can try. If it stimulates your stomach, okay, then you can take it after meal. Okay, so this is for Vita18. For myself, when do I take Vita18? For me is I always take it before sleep. Okay, and it really boost my energy, especially when I have a long day and or I sleep very, very late, but I know the next day I have a long day, okay, or I have a busy day and packed with things that I need to do, work, etc. Before sleep, I definitely take a pack of a sachet of Vita18. And the next day when I wake up, I really feel, the energy boost so I can complete my day activities, without feeling, having to drag my body, having to feel that lethargicness, etc. Okay, so I really recommend take Vita18 every day as a health precaution. Okay, to boost your health. Okay, now I share some testimonies. This is Jenny, one of our distributor. She take Vita18 with very, very good result. She mentioned it boosts her energy and also improve her mood. But more importantly is she give Vita18 to her children. She's in Singapore, but her family is in Malaysia. Her 2 children is in Malaysia. Her parents are taking care of the children. So she always feel, well, I'm not there with my children. So when she know about Vita18, immediately she gives Vita18 to her daughter, to her son. And their good feedback is especially during their exams. Okay, they shared with Jenny, after taking Vita18, they feel more energetic and alert. Okay, so when do we sell Vita18 the best? It's actually especially during exam period. You cannot believe, parents would come into the office and then buy boxes of boxes. Okay, because a lot of children, when they take Vita18, the feedback is they are more able to concentrate and when they are studying. Okay, so remember when your children is having exam, okay, when they're having, like when you yourself are having, important days in the work, or you need to do some report presentation, take Vita18. Okay, it helps you with your concentration. It also helps you to be more alert and also the energy. Okay, another is another is this lady. Okay, she's using a lot of Avita product. I'll focus on the Vita18 part. So she take one every morning before she goes to work, and she realized that it actually energizes her, and throughout the day to carry out the daily activity. So Vita18 is a very, very good energy booster, especially nowadays everybody is feeling so tired, right? Okay, another is this Lisa, Malay lady. She take Vita18, Libiotic, and also our essential oil. So she realized that she took Vita18 in the morning and half an hour before breakfast. So it allows her to go toilet on a regular routine every day. Okay, and she noticed that her stool is no longer hard. Okay, there was also, okay, so when she feel bloated, she pair it with our Libiotic. So if you want to know more about Libiotic, okay, you can register for our talk, for Libiotic, which is happening in September. Okay, so another is this lady that I mentioned just now. She's she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2008. Her name is Anna. So of course, it's a shocking news to her, and she checked with our leader, DP Pauline from Australia, and she started to take Vita18 on when she's going through her chemotherapy. So she take 1 bottle every morning after breakfast, and she also use our other product. So she feel that Vita18 really helped her to cope with the harsh side effects of the chemotherapy. Okay, and so she realized that she don't get the usual nauseous feelings, and the body aches that normally comes with the treatment, and her body immune system seems to recover very quickly, and at most she got tired after each treatment. So she also noticed that after 4 boxes of Vita18, her skin feel much smoother, especially when you are going through chemotherapy, it actually charred your skin. Okay, but for her, after 4 Vita18, she don't feel that. Okay, and so even her friends noticed, her skin has improvement. And during her regular checkup, the chemo doctor actually, commented that she looked good considering the chemo treatment that she has to endure. So, she's so grateful to the friend who introduced her to Vita18. Okay, like I mentioned just now, okay, Vita18, because the molecule is so small, it doesn't burden the body to absorb Vita18. I want to share one testimony that I myself experienced. It's actually, there's a period in Singapore, it's a kind of dengue, but it's not a dengue, it's called chikungunya. I don't know whether you all remember or not. It's a chikungunya disease. It's very similar to dengue. It's transmitted by mosquitoes. So that time I got it, you know, then my sister also get it. And the whole body is aching. It has the same symptoms as dengue. The fever, your whole body is aching. You lost your appetite. You don't feel like eating anything. And it's very hard for you to even to move, because you feel your bone is aching and it's so tiring. There's no energy. I remember that night before sleep, then I think it's third day. Okay, because I never thought about Vita18. So the third night, I don't know why, I suddenly thought, hey, I should try Vita18. So I just drink one sachet of Vita18 and goes to sleep. And to my surprise, the next morning when I wake up, I can feel my whole body. I feel when I open my eyes, I feel, oh, I'm recovered. Okay, I recovered. Okay, then I just sit up and no, I still have a bit of body ache, but the feeling is totally different. So I really strongly recommend for friends who have dengue, and I also have friends who have dengue. I recommended them Vita18, and they also have very good feedback, because it helps the body to boost the immune and also to absorb nutrients. You know, then we can fight the virus. Okay, so anybody also have good testimony on Vita18 who wants to share? Okay, you can feel free to on your mic and just share your Vita18 testimony. Anybody? Okay, we know we have a lot of friends here. Okay, we have Nancy, our product queen. We have Wilson. We have DB Pauline. We have Ruby. Okay, everybody is a bit shy to share, right? Anybody has good Vita18 testimony, feel free to just on your mic and share. I also recommended Vita18, like I mentioned just now, to my friends with children, especially during exam period. They also have very good feedback. And also for people who are always feeling bloatedness. Okay, I have a friend who always feel bloatedness. She went for a lot of checkup. You know, she can't find much allergic reaction. Okay, but she just feel bloatedness after every meal. It happens after when she reached 40 something. Okay, I guess it's age related maybe. Okay, but when she started, after she started on Vita18, her feedback is now she can eat, you know, whatever she wants to. Okay, so she doesn't have much, so she's not so worried. Afterwards, when she go out and eat, she feel very uncomfortable. You know, it always worries her, because she always feel that bloatedness short after she starts to eat. So if you feel that, hey, you always have a bloatedness, it's always very hard for you to digest food, Vita18 is a very good product for you. Okay, so anybody got any question to ask? If you want to ask.
I have something to add in terms of
okay, sure, Ruby.
We have a group of ibu-ibu, right, in Jakarta. They take Vita18 during fasting months, because fasting month,
yes,
right? Yeah, so it's good. Yeah, and I personally felt also that one time I was so hungry, I didn't have lunch. I didn't have breakfast, and then Siuling came to me and said, "Ruby, take Vita18." So I did that, and yes, it works. Yeah, it sort of fill you up. Yeah, so it's good.
So for Malay friends, especially Muslim friends, especially during fasting period. Oh yeah, that's a very good suggestion. Okay, and also because you are when you open fast, you have to, a lot of people will eat a lot, right?
Yeah, exactly. You shouldn't do that. You just have to take slowly, you know, before you eat the main course. Yeah,
but you know, when you are like, wow, and you know, suddenly you open fast, so especially good to take with Vita18. Okay, you can take Vita18 before when you start the meal, okay, or after the meal, and then before sleep. I really that's a very good suggestion. Testimony, Ruby. Okay, anybody got testimony or questions to ask? Okay, we open for Q&A. So if you have questions to ask,
I would like to mention what I agree with you as to
Nancy.
Yeah, as to the exam. I used to replace it with the chicken of essence. for my daughter because chicken essence is heaty. So before exam, I'll give her Vita18. And for me, when I travel, I used to carry Vita18 because it helps with heatiness, and then it facilitates going to toilet. Yeah.
Thank you, Nancy. That's also a very good tip. Okay, bring Vita18 because it's such a small sachet. Okay, it's very light, so you can always bring Vita18 when you go traveling. Yeah, that's a very, very good tip. In fact, that's what I do also. I bring Vita18 when I was traveling overseas. Why? Because we always have a toilet problem. Right? At least for me, I always have toilet problem. You know, when you go to a new environment, the whole routine is haywire, etc. Okay, so bring Vita18, it'll help you with digestion. And when go overseas, tend to take more good food, right? Okay, for me, at least. Okay, so bring Vita18. Okay, anybody got any questions? You can also type in the chat group, okay? Or you can also, just open your mic and just ask.
Okay, for me, I'm Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Yeah,
Yes,
I used to do
Jermaine.
a lot of workout. Yeah, a lot of walking and exercise. So usually I'll bring Vita18 with me, just in case that I need it for my energy level, to boost up my energy. Because sometimes we have a very long walk, like 20 over Ks, then this is the best drinks that I use to have it. And it really boosts up your energy very fast. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jermaine. So if you have intense exercise, okay, you can also take Vita18. If you have indigestion, you can take Vita18. But it's really for maintenance of your health, okay? Do not wait until you have certain health issue, then you start Vita18, okay? Really take Vita18 every day as a prevention, as a healthy regime, okay? Okay, anybody got any questions you want to ask regarding Vita18? Feel free. We have I have some friends who ask, what's the difference between enzyme and probiotic? Okay, what's the difference between enzyme and probiotic? Okay, enzyme are actually, I mentioned just now, enzymes are actually help us to digest and break down the food. Okay, it helps with speeding up the chemical reaction, so it involves in every part of our body. While probiotic helps to balance the good and bad bacteria in our intestines, in our stomach. Okay, so although it actually has different function, but a lot of people thought that enzyme is for digestion. So a lot of people mistake enzyme with probiotic. They're actually different and they have very different function, but ultimately both are very important in helping us to maintain our health and also to boost our energy. Okay, some people also mentioned about vinegar. Okay, what's the difference between vinegar and also enzyme? Okay, vinegar actually is not a byproduct, but it's actually made from alcoholic beverage. So after you have alcohol, then you further process it. And also when you make alcohol, you get vinegar. Okay, so vinegar and enzyme are totally different things. Okay, it's vinegar with health benefits. Okay, of course, when it's processed food, and also depends on the ingredient, but enzyme is actually more it's very, very important to our body. Okay, so we really recommend that you take enzymes, okay, to maximize the benefit, because our body needs enzyme, but our body doesn't really need vinegar. So it's different. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions? If no, that's any other questions or testimony you want to share? Okay, so anybody can take Vita18 anytime, especially people with poor digestion. I really recommend to friends and families who have, for example, if you feel that, hey, I've been taking a lot of supplement, I've been taking a lot of, in Chinese we say, 大补, it means very tonic things, okay, but why I cannot absorb, take Vita18, take enzyme products. It really helps you in that process, okay? Or you feel that, hey, you see children who are always, having bloatedness, who always have very low appetite. Vita18 is also one product that is really, really helpful in that aspect. Okay, so if we don't have any other questions,
sorry, leader, can I ask a quick question?
Yes,
sorry, I'm still trying to explain to my potential customers, right? What exactly is the difference between enzyme and probiotic, do they have to like take both for better effect, or if they really want to choose one, then which one?
Okay. Like I mentioned just now,
Ah.
enzymes are, from head to toe, we have enzymes, and we need enzymes to help us to, it's a chemical, it's a protein that helps to speed up the chemical reaction in our body. Okay, like when we are
Okay.
blinking, when we are using energy, we need enzymes. Okay, probiotic helps to balance the good and bad bacteria in our gut system, in our intestine. Okay, so both are important to help if you have digestive issue. Okay, you need both. Both are equally good. Okay, but if you, for example, like more for energy boosting, for people with poor for people who cannot absorb things, I think enzyme would be better. Or so it depends on what are the functions that they want to focus on. Okay, so for people who just want to focus on immunity or digestion, okay, probiotic would be very, very good. Okay, but for people who want overall health benefit, okay, energy boosting, people who cannot absorb, who have very poor absorption, okay, Vita18. But both, if you can take both, of course you can take both because it complements one another. Okay, you need both to have a good health. Okay, but if you can choose one, it depends on the needs. What health benefit do you want to focus on?
So probiotic helps to, you were saying, helps to balance up the
good and bad
good
bacteria
and bad
in the
bacteria.
Okay, and it's very important in terms of creating a good environment in the stomach. Okay, intestine is very important because 70% of our immune cells actually surrounds our gut system, especially our intestine. Okay, so it's very essential to have a good bacteria balance for immune. Okay, during COVID, we always say, right, good immune, we want to boost our immune, we need to have good immune to fight the bacteria. How do you have good immune? The basic fundamental is balancing the good and bad bacteria. Okay, so for that purpose, you can take probiotic. But if you want to take enzyme to boost immune, can you? Of course. Okay, it also do that. Okay, so both are, you can say, but it's a different science, okay, behind. So really depends on what the person need, then we can advise more accordingly.
Okay, so if the person has got serious constipation problem, it'll be more probiotic, right?
I think she can try both, if Josephine also said the same. If it's serious constipation, we would really suggest you try everything first, you clear, you solve the problem first. Then if for maintenance purpose, then you can select which one you want to take continually. Okay, but solve the problem first. So take both and then speed up the process, because constipation long term is very, very damaging to the health.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, Lida. Thank you.
No problem. Josephine also suggested exercise.
Exercise.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Josephine.
It depends on the type of constipation, because a lot of lady actually experience constipation. It's called, I can't remember the name, but it's actually due to our muscle, okay, not able to push the stools. Okay, yeah. So exercise actually helps. So right now the main focus is solve the problem first. So she tried everything, and then when it's more for maintenance, then she can choose and select what is most suited for her lifestyle and also what's her purpose. Okay, Patsy asked how young children can take Vita18. Okay, how young? Okay, actually, because enzymes, our whole body have enzymes, okay, and we need enzymes, and we cannot overdose enzymes. Okay, so actually young children, but we do not recommend for very young, like infants. The reason being that their stomach is still very fragile. Enzyme can be a bit it's more on the acidic side, so it's a bit stimulating, so it might be a bit stimulating for the stomach. So for example, if the young children have digestive issue, always the appetite is very bad, a very weak appetite, doesn't like to eat, you can actually let the young children take enzyme, but you might want to dilute it with water. Okay, so actually as young as I think even 1 year old can take Vita18. Okay, but you might want to dilute it with water. Okay, it's sweet and sour, so the taste is actually quite nice. Okay, thank you. Any other people, any other questions? Okay, feel free to ask. If you are curious, if you want to know more, feel free to ask. If not, the video will also be available on Facebook. Okay, I think that's the, for baby who don't need, yeah, they are very good. But nowadays, young people, because of what the parents take, during pregnancy, and also like we mentioned just now, stress, the environmental pollution. Nowadays, you see a lot more and more young children, even baby, having all kinds of allergic and also digestive issue. Very, not surprisingly, but it's something that we can actually counter because it's actually a lifestyle problem. Okay, so we really strongly suggest everybody really take good care of their health. Health is a choice. Okay, so you cannot choose the environment. We need Wi-Fi to survive. Stress is every day, but we can always choose good products to supplement and help our health. Okay, so that's the end of today's sharing. Thank you very much.